Hello guys, welcome back. Nobody stuffed a tiny little fox in a tiny little box. It was on the table as one of our possible solutions, but we decided we'd have to let him out sometime, and then we'd have an angry fox to deal with. So, Loki's okay, he's off the hook. I finally really unpacked why he did everything so bad. Ironically, I go on Patreon a couple times a day actually to check if you guys have said anything, and Patreon has stopped telling me when you reply. In fact, I will scroll down, and sometimes it does not post your comments until about a week later. And I'm thinking, I wonder how many people think I'm just not talking to them, and I'm literally not seeing your comments. I'm not getting an email, and they're not showing up on Patreon. So if there's like a week delay or something, that's why. I'm usually on there like twice a day and wondering why nobody's talking to me. And I'm like, I don't know if I should post anything. Nobody's saying anything. So I apologize. I just got back to one of you today, actually, and it was like a week late. And they said you're getting really slow in your replies, and I'm like, I was only 4 hours off the one. And I was like, what are they talking about? But yeah, I've been up to 3 weeks late. You can thank Patreon. Anyhow, um, I realized why Loki did what he did. I really unpacked it. It was pay attention to me, and for the longest time, he really has wanted an all Norse household. He was smart enough because he always likes to have an exit plan to present this as Odin's idea. But Loki's really been the one that wanted it. For a divinity that has as much power as he has, he does have that. He needs an exit plan, and he does have fragility to him. That's something you're going to have to understand when you start to work with him, because he can flip on you in the middle of a conversation, and he's being all nice, and then all of a sudden he's angry at you, and he's like swatting at you verbally, and you're like, what the hell did I even do? And then all of a sudden he's angry, and everything's your fault, and he's hysterical, and he's lashing out at you. Well, I don't always catch it. I've worked with him for years, and I don't always catch it because sometimes it's hard to tell if he's having an episode or he's just being Loki. And if you work with him, you know what I mean. So, I was in meditation today, and he kept showing up. And he seemed like Odin had really busted him down and demoralized him. And Odin can demoralize you, make you wish you never existed just by looking at you. So I felt automatically sympathetic. I said, how bad was it? I'm okay. Are you sure? Yeah. So I know Odin probably didn't even have to do much. All Odin has to do is tell you he's disappointed in you, and that's punishment enough because you feel terrible. And he was acting out to get an Old Norse household, and I mean Old Norse. None of this talking to this or talking to that anymore. Loki just needs it to feel secure, and I was like, okay, if that's what's going to cheer you up and make you chipper, okay. And it is a thing of, we go through times when our faith is rocky, and we live in a Christian society. Let's not pretend we don't. And their God gets free press 24/7 because they won't shut up about their God. And you guys know what I mean. I don't hate anybody or the religion, but they never shut up about their God. So their God's on the radio, their God's on TV, the president talks about their God. You can't get away from their God. And sometimes it starts to seep into your brain. I was just talking to one of you that I got back to a week late. I said, don't ever feel bad that we get upset and we feel we're not being provided for and we yell at poor Loki. I said, because one, we're human and we all go through frustrations, and they yell at their God too. And I said, too, we live in the time of the mega church that makes promises that are never going to happen and hooks people to do that gospel of prosperity, which is the more you give, the more God will give you. Which vaguely sounds like a gift for a gift, but it's not that at all. It's if you give the church all of your money. We're laughing because we saw the best cartoon after I cleaned up all the pins, all the boards. I got rid of 7 or 8 boards. I got rid of that Jesus board. They're on their own. There was this cartoon. I think an artist from Brazil. I'm pretty wrong, but anyhow, it's one of those mega churches, and he's doing that thing, and I've seen him do it, where if you fill up this giant, like, phone booth sized thing full of money, God's gonna bless everybody there. God shows up, grabs a phone booth, thanks everybody for the money, disappears, and the mega preacher just starts to cry. So where were we, baby? I don't know, but he's okay. He's off the hook. I should have recognized he was having one of his breakdowns, but I can't always catch it because I'm not perfect. He just didn't want another god in his territory anymore. And I've noticed Una just straight up hates those friends because we all knew they were trying to get me to go to church and go to the right church. They didn't approve even when I was starting to watch a church online. And I thought, why am I having like this crisis of faith? Well, sometimes it is the people you surround yourself with. You think, well, maybe well, if it starts to hurt your faith, maybe don't. I'm not saying don't go to church. If you go to church, enjoy it, and the gods don't seem to care. They want something different from all of us. So Odin is very happy because he got rid of any competition. Loki is very happy. Loki's already back to being cheery. We're working our way through the chicken ramen, which is delicious. We got the creamy chicken one, which apparently is really hard to find in stores, and we throw like the spices and everything. The thing I put up on Patreon seems to work pretty good for chicken too. Of course, we leave out any beef granules or any soy sauce. But, overall, we're doing pretty good. We did go out to the store and we didn't buy anything because I said, you know what? It's only like, it's not even the 10th of the month yet. We've only got X amount left over in the bank. And I said, I always want to have like X amount in the bank if I can to pay bills. I said, we really do have enough in this house to eat. I made oatmeal bake and we had a tub of frosting left over. This is why I'm not going to lose any weight on camera. And I was like, you know what? The hell with it. I put frosting on the oatmeal bake, and I'm like, there you go. We got dessert. So we got the oatmeal bake and the rice we're going to work our way through now. We worked our way through the pasta. So yeah, I know, exciting, but he likes to cook at home, so he's happy. And Odin just seems content, but sometimes Loki hits speed bumps with you. And this wasn't like his usual lashing out and getting angry. I just couldn't understand what was wrong with him. For gods, I've had the others try to explain to me very kindly that sometimes a god just needs to be your only god. And Odin and Loki have admitted openly if Odin could push Loki off a cliff, even though they're blood brothers, he would. And Loki feels the same way to Odin. They both love each other and hate each other to death and wish the other one would die. Loki, I got, what can I wish someday, Becker? Loki. I got, yeah. And he knows this is not a household where we even talk or think about Ragnarok, but he's been doing things. And I'm like, if that's your belief system, that's fine. But we usually don't hold cotton with that in this house. He doesn't seem to care either way. But lately he's been going on a Ragnarok spree. And I'm like, what's the matter with you? Well, he was having another one of his, broken god times. And then you just have to understand him and love him. That's when he can get almost malevolent and you wonder what you did wrong. But when you're dealing with the breaker world, you just have to be as kind to him as possible. So we'll probably get back into video games. It'll be free once, it'll be really crappy, but he'll be happy because he seems to enjoy doing that. And we've been watching TV and doing chores. That seems to calm him down in this household. So I know that wasn't the most exciting thing, but I just wanted to let you guys know he's off the hook. I'm not mad at him. When I finally figured out why he did what he did, I was like, okay. And, sometimes you're going to go through that with him. Loki can't help himself. He's his own worst enemy. When he knows the thing that gets to you, he will always use it against you at random for no apparent reason other than he's Loki. He knows I have a jealous streak. I'm Italian. We're very passionate, hot people, and we're very jealous and possessive of people. Oh my god, my family? You don't want to deal with my family. So, it's like that, and he knows that's my Achilles heel, and he'll hit me in it every time because he knows it works. He knows it certainly gets some attention, and any kind of attention, even bad attention, is attention. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye bye.